A lot of business owners out there, they are losing money, but not from obvious places, not from a bad hire or a failed marketing campaign. It's the slow leaks, like $400 subscription that nobody's using, the vendor contract that hasn't been renegotiated in the past 4 years, or the 2 hours of manual work that your team does every single day that could be automated for cents. Today, I'm going to show you 3 places to look, and if you do all 3, I'd be shocked if you don't find 5 figures sitting on the table. Now, before I get into it, the reason most founders never do this isn't because they are lazy. It's because they are operating, solving problems all the time, and always reacting to the next problem. So cost cutting feels like a project, and projects get pushed. But if you are a business owner who really want to make money out of your business, then you need to act like an architect. You need to build structures that prevent waste before it starts. So what I'm about to show you is gonna fix that. Point number 1 is to renegotiate your contracts. The first place to look is your vendor and partner contracts. This is the single most overlooked place in businesses that are operating over $2 million. Because you sign a contract when you are trying to grow your business, you build a relationship, and you become comfortable in that relationship. And years later on, nobody's touching those agreements. But here's what I've seen and I've done personally as well as a former COO. You can save 5 figures, minimum 5 figures, if you go and talk to your vendors and renegotiate those contracts. And it's not because they are just ripping you off, because you build a relationship, you send them some referrals, you paid always on time, and you are a good customer. But after many years, there are so many options on the table as well, and you can use it to your leverage and renegotiate your agreement to come up with a better deal for you and for your vendors as well. But before you do that, don't just go back to your vendor and tell them, no, okay, let's give me a discount. Look at their current competitors. What are they offering for the same quality or even better quality? Even if you have no intention of switching, that information is going to help you in your negotiation with your partners and vendors. This conversation should happen every few years, let's say 2 or 3 years at minimum. Not just when something goes wrong, but healthy business relationship, they should be tested and get tested, not taken for granted. Point number 2 is a full expense audit. The second thing is a full expense audit over here. Most businesses don't do this, and it shows. You need to sit down at least once, ideally twice a year, and go through every single line of spending. Every dollar, why was it spent, on what, and what did it return? I can tell you from my own experience that every time you do this after a growth phase, you find things that you can cancel and cut cost on, such as subscriptions that were set up for a project, but somebody forgot to cancel them, or the tools and systems that you implemented for your business when you were like at $2 million, but right now that you're at $5 or $10 million, they don't make sense anymore to have them. As your business grows, complexity grows faster than you do as well. You cannot keep tabs on everything that is happening. So either block the time to do it yourself or bring in an external auditor to do it with you. But the cost of that audit, always, I can guarantee you that, is going to be covered, and you're going to get more return once you discover that how much money you are wasting in your business. Point number 3 is to automate and outsource the repeatables. You need to look at your repeatable processes and the things your team does over and over again that don't require senior judgment. Think about invoicing, reporting, data entry, onboarding sequences, part of your customer service flow. These are the costs that you pay real money on the work, and the systems can handle it. The same principle applies to functions that you're building out. If you're putting together an internal content or marketing team, for example, you might be looking at hiring, training, managing, and it costs a lot of money. You need to ask yourself, is there an agency or a fractional team that could handle that function for a third of the cost? With AI tools now built into most workflows, the quality gaps has closed significantly. So the goal isn't to strip your business down, is to make sure that every human hour in your organization is being spent on things that actually require a human. So there you have it. Renegotiate your contracts, run a full expense audit, and automate or outsource what doesn't need to be done in-house. These are three things alone, if you do them seriously, can quietly add hundreds of thousands back into your bottom line without acquiring a single new customer. And if you want to dig into what this looks like in your specific business, I do a limited number of advisory calls each month. The link is in the description, and I'd be glad to look at your business and what's happening in your operation and give you proper advice. If this video was useful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I cover this type of content on this channel, and I talk about business operations, leadership, and personal development. So if you like content like this, stick around and let's grow together. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.